All right, everyone, good evening. It's Jalan from the Paradox Gaming Network, and today I am doing a viewer request episode, and that is going to be on Mistmerrow. Before we get started, you'll see on the left, the paradoxgaming.net webpage is starting to look a little different. I have sent it into some redevelopment. It's actually one of two redevelopments. I'm doing one just to clean up and change it. I need to make some room for Fortnite and Ashes of Creation on the front page, so I'm going to kind of make it cleaner and only put network-related stuff on the front page, and then I'm going to have 4 subpages for the different games. As always, if you need to get me via email or Discord, there you go. And there is the Archeage 101 Discord. If that link doesn't work for you, head over to paradoxgaming.net, and on the lower right-hand side of the page, you will see the Discord widget, and you can get into there that way. I want to let everyone know that I do have 15 squirrels I'm giving away this month. The contest closes on the 22nd, so if you look right there on the webpage, you'll see current giveaway. Go in there and register with your official forum name. And also, at the beginning of this video, you saw a produced by, and that is one of my new supporters at Patreon. And I have, in fact, opened a Patreon. Several of you have asked me in recent weeks if I had one, so I do. If you want to visit it, there is the website, and I'll also put that in the description. The long version, visit the site, and you'll see my plan. I lay it out pretty well. The short version is there's some things I want to do that I think would help make the Paradox Gaming Network better. The first, though, is if I raise $50, I'm going to raffle off 5 Apex, and I'm actually already on my way to that goal. The second is that I'd like to turn the Paradox Gaming Network into a business, and since I live in Illinois, this is ridiculously expensive to do. And the third is I'd love to hire some outside talent for the webpage and some video consulting and whatnot. Rest assured, though, as I explain on my Patreon site, nothing I do will ever be hidden behind a paywall. I will continue every single week to do these videos free of charge. They will always be on YouTube because, of course, the support I need from everybody is just hitting that subscribe button, and you did hit the subscribe button, and giving the video a thumbs up. Go on, give it a thumbs up, and that's all I really need from people. This Patreon site is just a way for those people who want to help me out, help me get Paradox to where I want it. It's just something extra for them to do. So today's objective is quite simple, Mistmerrow and Kadem. It's a single topic video, but the video is actually going to be pretty long. So without further ado, we're going to go right into a Mistmerrow match, and I'm going to explain everything you need to know about being successful at Mistmerrow. So I was asked some specific questions about some world events, and the first one was Mistmerrow. So if you're a Haranian, you come to Mistmerrow from this portal, you pick up the quest, and you head on in. If you are a Newian, the same portal exists for you. It is just in Marianople, and you can go in there. And when you get in here, you want to make sure that you pick up the quests. So you want to pick up Reinforcements and the Battle of Mistmerrow. And there will be another quest from this individual, the Towers quest, but I was in here and I already had it 95% of the way completed. Luckily, it does carry over. So what you're going to do in here is you're going to hopefully rally up with your faction or player nation. And that first quest that I talked about, the Cursed Towers, requires you to knock down a number of these towers. Now, each of the outer towers is worth 5, and each of the inner towers is worth 10, except on the initial spawn, you'll find that there's 4 towers. The rest of the time, there'll be 3 or 2 as the match goes on. Now, you see that claimed on behalf of whoever. Big thing for new players is this is not a traditional capture the flag, how many points I get matters sort of match. This is a very complicated scoring system that you want to make sure you know what you're doing. So if you're a new player, and if you're watching this series, you are probably a new player, you probably don't know the scoring system. And with that, I recommend that you stay completely away from doing anything with the towers. Because if you start capturing the node points, your team is going to scream at you, call you a spy, blah blah blah. It is just far easier that you let other people deal with the capturing. Now I'm going to show you what it's going to look like when capturing is available in just a second. I think we're going to end up knocking this down, although I don't know why, because it hasn't reset. Oh, there we go. We're going to get credit. So as you can see right here, there is a Bloodspire Remnants that I could click, but since I'm not the raid lead and I don't know what they want done, I'm not going to click anything. Now, as you saw, there is already 3 groups out here. We're not up here. The Haranians make 4. And on the average server, you're going to have 5 to 6, depending on how many player nations you have. That is what makes the scoring so complicated and difficult. So I'm just going to let some of this footage play, and I'm going to speed it up a bit. And then when I have something profound to say, I will make sure to... Oh, before I go to fast forward speed mode, if you click on this, you can see that this timer is counting down. So oftentimes you'll see in raid chat something like West in 30, West in 10. So you want to try to get there for the tags. And here's a little PvP, so just sit back and relax. Now, as you can see, that tower popped up behind us. When you're in a big group like that and you're fighting, if you're a low gear score, and the most important thing you could do is come and tag each of the towers. Anyway, that's basically the gist of Mistmerrow. To give you like a little bit of intro on the scoring. I'm not going to go too much into the scoring for this, because new players, like I said, go to some, learn them, don't capture unless they tell you to. But that -1 up here tells us that if we were to capture a Nuian point, it wouldn't be worth as much as if we take anybody else's. So there you see Misbehavin', the raid leader, talking about taking a Nuian point. The reason why we want to take a Nuian point or a Pokemon point is right now Nuians are in the lead with 21 points. So their nodes are worth +1 point if you take them. Now that comment you see Sayo make in raid chat, 3 minutes to cap. It takes 2 minutes to cycle a tower from its up state when you first res it through capturable. So the thing is, you want to try to capture as many towers as you can right at the 2 minute mark. That means that the tower is down and it'll stay down through the rest of the match. Now right now, the dynamic of having having more than one player nation has really changed the game. Because what you just saw, Northeast will be available at 2:15. So that means somebody capped just a touch early. Because it's going to allow for a cap and then potentially a recap. That's why I say new players, just stay away from the remnants until you know what you're doing. Because people are going to get mad at you if you cap incorrectly. Now, what you just saw there was a bad play on the part of the Nuians. They've captured that so early that there is going to definitely be an attempt to re-grab Southeast. Now, this is another mistake. Somehow, this has been left vulnerable. So we have, in fact, gotten ourselves a decent lead. The only problem is, the problem may come in that we lose a point that we've captured, but I don't think anything is capable. And that is Mistmerrow. Now, one advantage add-on of Mistmerrow is when you win, oh, this is a big one. I've seen a lot of people mess this up. When you win, you have got to come up and turn in your rewards. The Towers one is worth 400 honor. The Battle of Mistmerrow Basin is worth 10 leadership. If you see, because we won somewhere in here, it's going to tell me that we received Warriors medals. Let me see my bag, because I don't think I had any on me. I may have, but you get Warriors medals. The higher placed you are, the more Warriors medals you get. The other thing is, after just about a minute here, there's going to be another quest. There's a whole nother series of events here at Mistmerrow, and that's what's known as Kadem. Kadem is a world boss that everybody who participates with the quests gets a chest. It can be anything from a Kadem's Bark to a random library mat. The Kadem's Barks are a big one because right now on the auction house, Kadem's Barks, well, that one's 400. So this kind of goes in feast or famine. Sometimes there's a ton up, sometimes there's none. So you just come over here and you pick up the Assault on Mistmerrow quest. And then what's going to happen is, if people are doing Kadem, which I don't know if we are, but if people are doing Kadem, you'll see the three ones at northeast, west, and southeast. A portal is going to appear, and a whole bunch of stuff's going to come pouring out of it. You got to kill 100 of the things that come out, the towers count, etc. And then at the end, you'll be fighting a world boss. So I'm going to cut this video right now, and then I'm going to restart another one so that you can see just the Kadem part. Okay, so here we go in the organized chaos, and unfortunately I spend most of my time nearly dead. But as you can see, a whole bunch of these NPCs are going to spawn out, and right now I don't actually think we have the number of people it's going to take to do this, but we can certainly try. The first part is not really that impressive. It's only 2 Warriors medals, but you have to do it. If you don't knock down these gates, Kadem never shows up. For the Kadem Quest is 4 Guild Stars, 10 Adventurer's Growth Stones, and he does in fact count for your world boss if you get the tag on him. If you don't have the tag on him, he doesn't count for the world boss. Now, I don't know why we don't have more people actually out here taking care of the towers. So, we've just finished killing the 3rd gate. And as you can see, everybody is rushing off to the west side of the Lake of Death in Mistmerrow. Something I didn't mention earlier is, don't jump in the water, you will die. So everybody comes to this point. There's 2 safe spots when you're doing Kadem, on the left or the right of him. So you want to make sure that you're up on the right ledge. Now I use my battle pets. I'll throw a bunch of them throughout the fight. They'll die. It's okay. I get them back in 4 minutes. So here we go, Kadem comes up. Now, there's several phases to this fight with a group this small is actually going to have to pay attention to. Somebody that's a lower gear score is doing the right thing. If you have a siege tank and your lower gear score, get off to the side a bit and actually use a cannon. It helps an immense amount to just add to DPS and stop his passive regen. Kadem does have a pretty impressive passive regen, so you need to have a significant amount of DPS. That's why I was a little hesitant at first, and I'm still a little bit hesitant because I'm seeing this go down pretty slow, but that's fine. I trust KBS, so we'll see what happens. Now, the first part of that fight is pretty easy. It's pretty much just a tank and spank. It doesn't really matter what's going on. Here in a second, we're going to start to see a couple of mechanics that do become problematic, especially if bad luck incurs. And this gets really more complicated if everyone is here. So here's the first one. This puppet ability, it's going to choose X percentage of the people present, regardless of faction, to basically run around. And the problem is that not only can it run you right into the water of death, but that damage, that puppet ring is doing damage to you. And the more people around you that have puppet, the more damage you're going to take. And we're doing pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't say we're doing great, but we're doing pretty good. 48%. We're going to watch to make sure that ticks down. See, we're kind of stuck right here at 48. And there's Puppet again, and it's been pretty fortunate that I haven't gotten hit with Puppet. Yeah, we've got, oh, well, we lost a couple of people now. Oh, there we go. See, we're not getting through the puppet phase fast enough as we would if we had 3 or 4 raids. And this is going to be disastrous. Nope, survived. And luckily when you get down low enough, as you've seen, we're past the puppet stage now. So this just really becomes a tank and spank. Except nobody's really actually tanking. And he just will continue to slam his head into the ground. It's actually a kind of funny fight, but it's long and boring and obnoxious. It does get easier if the West, the pirates, and some of the player nations show up. And the key part is making sure one healer is playing songs, and since Misbehaving clearly is, I'm just going to apply some damage. So this is all in fast forward. And if you're a healer who can survive, throw that healing pad in the middle, because he'll start doing the rapid fire pull-ins, and it just helps people. Oh shit. As you can see, the Lake of Death, don't want to be in there. Oh dear. Oh dear, that was close.
You know, on TV, you always got that guy that jumps over the sofa. And then you gotta shoot him for 10 fucking minutes, too.
And there you go. That's Kadem. And in there, you get your Proven Warrior chest. And 5 more medals. And then you get your research box. And you get... Hey, look at that. I got a Kadem's Bark this time. That never happens to me. So thanks, guys. Doing this video for You Got Me a Kadem's Bark. Hey, you. Yes, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Hit that subscribe button. Watch a couple of more videos. Go check out our website.